everybody, and welcome back to another The Santi Show, and brought to you by Tacmaco, giving you all the entertainment that you'll ever need from your favorite Latino family. Today I'm here with a very special guest, another friend of mine, another, I say, famous person. I want to tell you that he's famous in my books. He's getting up there. His name is Bryant Smith, and today we're going to be going over acting, how becoming an actor, all the cool advice that he can give us for a lot of us back home that want to aspire and dream of being an actor one day. But before you do, let's give a warm welcome to Bryant. Please tell us about yourself and where we can go find you on our social media platforms.
Hey everybody, hey, thank you very much for having me. I'm pretty excited to be here. Social media handles, I'm Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all under Bryant S. Smith. Same thing with IMDb. I've just been working as much as I can. I'm out here in Las Vegas right now, and it is hot. It's like 117, so I'm trying to stay cool. Got the AC on. Feels amazing.
Right. Here, let me send you the cold weather from England. Here you go. Y'all can take it. I don't do cold weathers. You know, I'm from an island, so the cold weather got to go, so you can have it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take a little bit of it. I like 90, 100, I deal with that, but 117, I'm like, this is a little warm.
It is. So today's episode is all about becoming an actor, acting, how to get better, essentially, because we don't like to stay in one spot. So I've been doing my research, and the definition that I looked up from Google, you know, because we gotta trust Google, is the art of occupation of performing fictional roles in plays, films, or television. So would you say that's similar, that would be your definition of an actor, or what do you think?
I think there's different definitions of it. I like what Anthony Montes taught me. He's a teacher at AAU, Academy of Arts University, San Francisco. Acting is living truthfully in imaginary circumstances. And when I heard that, it just it really resonated with me. And it's been kind of like the staples for me, because there's people who are like, oh, I'm an actor, I'm acting. I'm like, you can tell the difference between an untrained actor and a trained actor.
For sure, 100%.
Like, living truthfully in the moment, I actually believe I am this person. I am actually living this person's life. And that makes the all difference. Hi.
Oh, hey, your dog is invited as well. Your dog agree with you, so I agree. That's something I've always thought about that. For me, I think my definition, and just to let you guys know back home that we went to the same school. Well, you still go to the school, right?
Yeah, I have 2 semesters left.
Oh my gosh, you're almost graduating. So I only did a semester in AAU. He's aspiring. Oh Lord, my words. Aspiring and growing, and I'm over here doing a semester, and I could not do it. But I think what I benefited from that, and what I chose to pick as a definition of mine, I think it's more of like the amount of growth and characters that you take on and personify. It could be like a rock, or taking on another character, female, male, anything, and just taking it as your own, turning it from fictional to life and making it living. I think that would be my definition of acting. Going back to AAU, yes, I only did a semester, you guys. I know I suck, but we met in Miss Karen's class. She was amazing. And it was funny for her to have Karen, because I think that was the time that all the Karens were blowing up on the internet. But she was an amazing teacher. She started off in Broadway in Chicago. Was it Broadway?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she was in one of a few games. Like, if you check her IMDb, she was in one, like, a voice actor for one of the games. We were both in Acting 101 and Improv. And let me tell you, I was so nervous. I was like, I do not know if I could be a good actor or not. But my favorite scene that I did was with Christy. We did the Woody Allen scene. Oh, in my monologue, but we'll get to that later. The Woody Allen scene, and we did it at her house. And I think just being both of us there at the same place and having that rapport with each other and knowing each other, becoming good friends, I think you can just pull off anything you do together. not just once. So I think me and her having that good rapport made that scene and turned it into ourselves and made it comedic, and there was like good comedic timing. So sad that it wasn't like it was recorded, but it wasn't saved properly. So I was so sad. But that was my favorite moment in her class, knowing that that was a part of me that I never knew that existed that I could do. So, what about you?
I mean, Karen Hurst, she's an amazing teacher. I got a lot off of her. The improv, like that brought me to a different level. If I'm thinking about myself and I care what other people think about me, then I'm not being this character. Now I'm just being me, pretending to be somebody else. So you got to get rid of all that stuff. You can't judge your character. As soon as you judge your character, then it's game over. So I'm just like, I am this person and I'm going for it. I'm just gonna have fun with it. Like whatever comes out of my mouth, this is happening.
Oh, 100%. I definitely agree with that. In improv, I know that I feel like I could be good in voice acting just because of improv, because I don't know where the little kid inside me come out. It just came out of me. Like I feel like I had this inner child, and it was ready to come out, and it was like, I'm here to play. I'm here, to be a goofball. So I don't know how that happened, but it learned that I have multiple, not I want to say multiple personality disorders, but I have different personalities that I can play, and it just comes out, and it feels like it comes out naturally because of her techniques that she taught us, and the way she told us how, like, if we go this direction, it would be more fine lined. So that's what I really enjoyed. And there was this one scene I remember that you and I did. It was a military scene. Tropic Thunder. I have not seen the movie. I have not seen the movie, but that was the time where what was it called again? Do you know?
I think it was Tropic Thunder.
For real?
We did a thing like that. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was fun.
It was fun, but let me tell you, I was like, people are gonna get on to me if I portray a military member when I've only done 7 months of service in the Army. And I was like, I have no study, or I have not studied a military member to play the role. That was my mindset. I was like, I feel like I had to study the role and like immerse myself in the environment before I feel like I can play a good character. I felt so unprepared, but if we redid that scene again, and now me being in the military, being in the Navy right now, I feel like I have a better understanding of playing a military person because I've been in it for years now. I don't know if it's for everybody like that has the same mindset as me, but that was just my mindset. I feel like I was not gonna portray a good military personnel, because I've only done 7 months. And it was just spring of the moment, and I was like, "Oh no!" So
yeah, because I think our other partner was he was a Marine too. Yeah, so
yeah,
I was a Marine for 8 years, and I'm a veteran, and so yeah, I was like, oh yeah, military character. That's it.
right. So like, I feel like people who have had experience and they can play the military part are gonna do well, and they're gonna be well versed on it. For someone who's haven't been in the military, don't know how to react, don't know how to play the part because they haven't studied up on the role, or live with somebody, or ask somebody who's a veteran questions of like, oh, what did you do this, and how did you react? That's how I think of it when it comes to playing the part. I like to study the part, add my own niche as well, but I want to make sure I get a good understanding of that character, because this character could be a famous character from like the 1980s that I'm reprising their role, and I want to get it right, but I also want to add a niche of mine to make it different, but still portraying the same character. Like Wednesday Addams, she took on the role. It felt like I was watching the old one, but it had a new generation to it. So
yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
During your time at AAU, since you said that you have 2 more semesters, have you done monologues? Have you worked with what's his professor's name? Hector. Oh, Hector.
I worked with.
How is he? I heard he's a good professor. How is he, at least?
He was all about body movement, keeping your body loose. So we did a lot of dancing, a lot of workouts, and then we would do different types of monologues and break them down while we were doing movements or workouts. It was It was very interesting. I liked it.
That's good. Did he have classes virtually still, or were you able to go to his classes on campus?
Yeah, this was 2020, so yeah, we were still
Still there?
COVID locked down, all the virtual
Okay.
classes.
Okay, okay. But are you now going to classes on campus, or you're still doing like hybrid still?
I do both. Yeah, I fly to San Francisco once a week and do a live class, and then fly back home.
Oh, must be nice. I let me tell you, even being in England, I really wanted to go back to AAU. Want to start something that I finished. That's always been my motto. So I've actually called them and been like, "Hey, is there a way I can just return and just do hybrid? Most likely won't be able to fly back, but like, are there any programs for me to do hybrid that I can still get my acting degree towards, towards?" And they were like, "No," because they were moving off of hybrid eventually and going
Yeah,
back on
and
campus. I was
they
so
still have them.
I was so sad because I was like, I have like it's 10 for you right now, so for me it's around 8 something. So I could have done classes hybrid because it's still broad daylight for me being in England, and the military would have paid for me anyway. So I feel like I could have done it. I just wanted to make sure if they will accept me back and still as hybrid, but they said that they were moving towards going back on campus, so I was so sad. But yeah, I liked my time, and COVID was a really weird era of trying to accept everything virtually, but I still enjoyed it. Oh, a little. Did you know any history about AAU? No, like coming
Uh,
into it.
no, I mean, I was looking at schools to go to because I really wanted to get some good classes.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I started looking into it, that's the one that kept popping up, kept showing up, and I was like, okay, so let me do some research, and then you have to write an essay to get in and who you are. I was like, what?
Is this wait? You're getting your bachelor's or master's?
Bachelor's.
Wait, I did not write an essay to get in. I just got in.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, that's what I did. That's what I had to
See,
do.
for some reason I was expecting that. But when I just applied because I was like, I was between going to New York City and going to, it might be dumb, but I was watching Glee and they had a school called Niyata, and I was like, I was hoping that they had that. They did not. But the next best thing was like in New York City. What was it? I couldn't remember the name of it for the life of me, but it was a good acting program, theater, all this combined. So I was like, maybe I should apply for that, or should I go to California? So I bullseyed it. I literally bought like those like bullseye, and I was like, okay, California or New York, and I landed California. But yeah, for my application process, I didn't have to do anything. I just got
Yeah,
automatically accepted.
yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I figured I'd use my GI Bill for it too, so they're
Yeah,
paying all the school, so that's nice.
yeah, that's crazy to think that I haven't asked anyone else, but if they had to like write an essay or do an audition to get in, but I did not. So that's crazy. I mean, I was expecting for it, but when they told me I didn't, I was like, oh, okay.
And maybe I
But
wrote the essay for like one of the school grants or something. Maybe that's what it was. That's
oh,
probably what it was.
I didn't. Yeah, I just went in. I should have done for grants though. I should have, but I didn't. One thing I learned for the future is the grants and do those instead of loans because they will bite you in the future and you have to pay
Yeah,
them back. And knowing here, it being in England and UK and Europe, school is so much cheaper. Like you might think that it's $40,000 a year for each school year. Here it's 40,000 in total, and that's it. Yeah, or free. School can be free. It depends, and you'll only have to pay for your living inquiry. So getting your home or living in a dorms, and school is paid for here. Because
nice.
here they focus more about going to school and what you want to do. So they want you to go to school, so they make the school free. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I guess it's opposite.
yeah, basically, I'm like, man, I should have came here sooner and you know went to school here. I could have saved me some money, but no. But I wouldn't. I would go back to AAU. It's an amazing school. So,
Yeah, learned a lot from them. It's been pretty amazing.
oh yeah, even though for me, I learned quite a bit, and I want to use that for my future actings auditions that I'm gonna have everywhere I go because I'm gonna take the opportunity and benefits. Right now, since UK is really strict on their auditionings and getting a talent agent out here or for both of them, you have to at least you have to have 3 credits to qualify to work in an agency and get you a talent management. And to audition, you don't really have to, because I've looked up Backstage and see what kind of auditions they have, but again, I don't have any demo reels to prove to them, so I'm like, if I can't, if they're being strict on here, how can I get a demo reel? And it's just really strict on how you have to go through to get yourself roles and these good roles and get you going here. And in America, how is it like the process of it?
It's just getting roles.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I audition all the time. I hear no a lot because I'm always looking for something specific.
Yeah.
I don't know, like cop roles, detectives, military. I mean, I usually get a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. I mean, as I'm working, I get to do what I love. I play the villain a lot. I play a bad guy a lot.
Ooh, I have not seen that. Because I've seen you in Life Escape.
Yeah, I mean, I was a good guy in that. Yeah. On my website, bryantsmith.biz, it has like all my reels and stuff, and it's pretty much mostly a bad guy. But
see, I need to learn off of you because I don't have an IMDb, but I would like to in the future. So I need to learn off of you. And like all the stuff that you can see all the projects on there that you're doing in the future, correct?
Yeah.
So when I was scrolling into your page, I promise I'm not stalking you. I'm totally just your biggest fan. But when I was scrolling, it was like all future projects, and they're mostly like the ones coming out this year or the one that was just completed. Disparity? Am I saying the name right?
Depravity.
Yes, that's like a horror genre, right?
It's gonna be a thriller.
Oh, thriller. Okay. Because I was looking for some of them, and I was like, your future progress, like, the little angel or the angel that you were playing, Angel, right? Is that like a future one that's coming out?
That was probably the worst guy I've ever played. He was
horrible. Lord, is that horror or no?
That one is horror.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a horror thriller. Yeah.
See, I can play. I can see you in a horror, in thrillers, and even in this one that I just pointed on my TV. Like I was just like showing it right now, but when I was watching, I don't want to say typecasting, but like you play the good parts well. I can see that, and I've seen that when we were in class with Miss Karen. Like I feel like if you be a good like father, you be a good cop, you be a good supervillain, like you have that persona, like you have that, and that's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my dad and all his buddies are police officers, so I've done ride-alongs with them, and I learned a lot from them. They helped me with the script, actually.
Really?
They're like, we wouldn't say this, we would say that. So I went to the director. I'm like, so what do you think of this? And he loved all the advice that my dad gave us. So we used a lot of the cop lingo for my dad.
Okay. That's always good. I feel like as an actor, and you're trying to portray the part that you want to portray it well, and it's always good to go off of your resources and educate yourself and go about like maybe switching up 1 or 2 pieces of the line to make sure it fits well to the whole character that you're playing, and making it true to you, but also true to the audiences that they might as well know. So I think it's always good to do that and educate yourself. For me, I haven't done much acting per se, besides the one I just did for theater, and it was really weird here because it's to put on a play. It's nothing like high biz, showbiz, anything like that, and it's more about just for fun. I was like, cool, let me try this. I'm usually the one who studies, prepares, and makes sure I get it. And to turn out good, if it's a comedy, make sure my comedy timing is on point, everything like that. No, she told me in an email, hey, you don't have to need anything, just come as yourself. We'll go from there. And the play that we're auditioning was for the Jack and the Beanstalk, rated 18, so dark humor in that one. And we were broken up into 3 groups, and our group had less people, so I had to play Dean. I had to play Flesh Creep, and I did not know that we had a Flesh Creep in the original, but that was their added humor. and I had to play the giant. And me being me playing those three parts on the spot was kind of challenging because I was not prepared for it, but it taught me to think on the spot. And I don't know, for the dean, I had to play a female for her role, for her lines, and somehow, some way, it brought me to my southern roots because I grew up in North Carolina, so I had to do a southern accent, and I was trying to not. And when it comes out, I try to not like squash the accent because I don't want people hating me for like or canceling me for saying a horrible southern accent. But they're from here, so they wouldn't know like an accent from America and from the southern accent here, which is two different accents. I could not even hear them if they did a southern accent here from the UK. It sounds so like it was funny because I had to repeat myself. What'd you say? What'd you say? No. Yeah, so I had to come up on the spot like 2 seconds for each thing. Okay, what kind of accent am I going to do? Or how high pitch I'm going to do it? Or how am I going to walk? Like, how am I portraying myself? The whole story. Like, I don't look at it as just the character. How is the whole story going to look with her being in it when I act or when I'm doing the flesh creep or the giant? Like, how is it going to turn out? So she was like the owner of the dairy farm, and she's a slut because she wants to be with all these type of guys and no one wants it. And so she makes one of the lines was like, yeah, I only have one cow, but I can't be producing no more milk either. And then she like grabs a hold of her breast, and then she like makes a joke out of it, and then she says something another couple of minutes later, and then everybody in the scene's supposed to say, my milkshake brings to the boys to the yacht. Yeah. So I had to come up with like things on the spot, like every 2 second intervals to make sure that people know that, okay, if they're going to cast me, this is how the character's going to sound, this is how they're going to walk. So basically, I would say drag queen because a male playing a female character. So it was something new for me, and it was so nerve-wracking because we had to do a singing and a dancing, which was, again, I guess how they do it here. I never knew that they did that here, so it was something really new and exciting because, yeah, it was something to be prepared for future for future theater auditions, at least for me, if I ever do it again. But I like to be prepared, so it's just me though. But I do see that it's different in every culture or every country at least, how they do their auditions. Well, in some ways. So, have you ever had that happen to you where you like had to go off, like come up with something different in like 2 seconds, and then just because of a name, be like, oh, you're this person. Okay, improvise.
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, okay. It's they wanted me to play kind of a bully to this girl, and I was not very nice to her. And it was pretty fun. They're like, well, yeah, we like that. How about you flirt with her? I'm like, a bully flirting with the okay. And so we went with it, and they loved it. I mean, I didn't get cast for it. They're like, you're too much of a leading man. You're too attractive. I'm like, okay. They're like, we need somebody who looks like a bully. You look like the handsome jock. I was like,
oh, they typecasted you there. Hey, they might call you back for like, hey, I gotta I gotta cast for you as a jock now.
Yeah, it's like a weird compliment. Like,
right.
It's like, you didn't get the part, but you're attractive. I'm like, thanks. Appreciate it.
Okay, so that's I like improvising, but it's just I guess on the spot when I'm not thinking, it makes your brain have to think a little bit more. So it did taught me, and I was gonna do like a monologue because I kind of prepared that myself, but they were like, yeah, we're not looking for no monologue, we're gonna do it this way, and I was like, oh, good thing I didn't embarrass myself, but still waiting for that callback. Probably won't get it, but
that helps. To always have like a character. Has different characters in your back pocket.
Yes, it's like, all yes.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, I'll be what was that guy's name? I was like, I'll be Jack or Jake. I'll be Jake Ryan today. Or they're like, we don't like this guy, so then I'll be Chris. And like I have these guys different characters that I like to play, and so I just kind of bring them out when they're called for.
Right. Do you break down a film when you're watching a film? I don't know if you've seen Barbie or like The Little Mermaid or anything like that, but do you break down a film and like be like, "Oh, if I did this, like how would you go about it?" Like, do you just think about it in your head all the time like when you break down a film, or do you just watch it straight through?
I try not to break it down. Like I like to watch the film. Like if I read a script, I'll break it down. But watching
Right.
film, I'm like, what would I have done different? I'm like, no, whatever. Like it's all about the entertainment. Like I'm here to be entertained and watch a great film, hopefully.
Mhm.
And if I start breaking it down, then I start getting in my own head, and I stop watching the film. I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now.
I have that problem when it comes to breaking down a film because I feel like that's when my director tries to come in. Even though I have not had any classes of how to become a director, producer types, those type of jobs in the industry, I would like to. I feel like my calling is more director because when I just see a name or a script, I think of the whole picture and not just the character, which is, I guess, good and bad in a way because when you're trying to audition, you need to think of the character, like where are they, like where are you wanting them to come from, all this and that. If you're going just off of the characteristics and just that and a little bit of the lines. So for me, but I try to look at the whole picture and see what placements am I going to do or what's appropriate to do this at this time with the lines that are given to me. And that's what I do, which is sometimes a good thing or a bad thing because I just want to enjoy the movie, but I do break it down, which is a bad habit, but it's also good for me because I get these good ideas and I just jot them down and then turn it into like, I guess, a demo that I could present in the future with all my writings that I do. It kind of helps me envision a story that I want to persuade of my own and see if it gets picked up in a network or so. So yeah, it's a good and a bad thing. I sometimes just want to enjoy the movie or the show and I can't because I'm like, man, I wish I can do this and this, or like if I was in it, I make sure I like do it this, and I'm like, I just want to watch the movie and enjoy it. But I do enjoy it. It's just I'm like, ooh, what if this, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I can turn it into my own story, and I just start annoying the people around me when I'm watching the movie, just writing. But that's just me though, and yeah, I'm trying to get better at that because I just want to watch a movie. But again, it happens out of nowhere. So but your two movies that you have done, I want to talk about Live Escape and Live Survival. I saw them in reverse. I should have seen Live Escape first,
Yeah.
and then yeah. So I should have seen that, but I saw Live Survival at first, and let me tell you, I enjoyed those movies. I said, there's a star in the making. Oh my gosh, you played a good role. I enjoyed that. It some for me, I like the horror genre, horror thriller. Those are like my favorite ones when I would like to watch in a movie theater or when I just want to watch a movie. I know it the way how the movie was filmed. It reminded me of like Paranormal Activity, how they recorded their scenes, and the new movie about this missing girl's mom, and they were using the iMessage camera on their laptop. If and then it gave me of well, the Walking Dead type stuff because it's like, or the Nation because of the zombies. So it was a good. I enjoyed how they took upon it, like how they did the takes and all. It was interesting. You rarely see that. Oh, I really enjoyed when you were like walking around and then you just had to pick up that alcohol. That kind of made me kind of had to laugh. I'm like, really? Out of all the zombies that could wake up, you choose to pick up an alcohol? I was like, there's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way. So how was your experience and what can you tell us about it that it made you improve upon that?
The director Joe Lujan called me up one day and he was just like, I just got an offer to do a big film, a different film that I've never done and you've never done. I'm like, I'm in. I mean, that's what it was.
Oh
And
wow.
he's like, yeah, we're gonna do found footage. I'm like, oh, okay. Yes, I have never done that, and so it was challenging at first. The
Hmm.
first day, we filmed for like 8 hours with the cameras on our heads and going through all the motions. And we watched the footage. I'm like, this is horrible. He's like, yeah, like I don't know how we can make this better. And he's a director. He's like, I'm just gonna be the other cop because I'm the director and I I don't know what's going on. I need to see what's going on. I'm like, cool. So my partner is actually the director,
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
so we just dumped the first day of footage. So we lost a day of shooting, and the next day we picked it up and knocked out a bunch of it because we he found the formula to make it work, and so it
Right.
turned out a lot better. You could actually see what was going on because before it was so dark, you could see shapes and shadows, and it just wasn't coming out properly.
Mm-hmm.
But found footage was a challenge for me because
Okay.
I had to remember that there's a camera attached to my head. So everything I'm looking at and seeing, like I have to make sure that the audience sees it too.
Right,
So
right.
I'm talking to him, but I'm looking at the wall. I was like, okay, I have to look at him.
Did you guys break out a line, break out a character like so many times because of it? Like, did you get jump scared by any chance? Because I know when I was watching the film, you were going in through one hallway and I didn't see the zombie, but the zombie just came right at you so quick. It scared me and I wasn't there because I felt like I was playing a video game. And like at first, with the cameras being shot that way, I was like, it made me want to play Outlast or it made me want to play some zombie games because I felt like I was in a video game. And so it gave me that mindset of like if I was doing virtual reality, I was like moving as how you were moving or the character was moving. So, but yeah, that part when it was moving quickly, the zombie, I didn't see it. It just gave me that jump scare for no reason, and I was like, I don't know if you got scared or the other characters did, whoever played
But
those.
the assistant director had all these zombies ready to go, and so the director was like, "Send them at us. Like, don't tell us. Like, we're just gonna keep doing our lines, keep doing what we're doing, and
Yeah.
we'll make it work." So I wasn't sure where everybody was gonna come from, so that was pretty terrifying. And it's dark. Like when the cameras weren't rolling, it's just pitch black in there. It was.
Okay, that's crazy. And funny thing is, in the UK, there's the zombie experience here in the UK. Different parts of the UK. There's one called boot camp. There's one called mansion. There's one called hotels, etc., etc. And depending on which one you go, you can do the after dark ones or the during the day. And you can be either a live actor or you can go as a team and shoot the zombies with paintball. And after watching that, I'm like, I really, because we have cameras as well. So I really want to do this with a group of friends here in England that I have and just go in and experience it for myself because it made me want to experience more of like the zombies and see how they come at you because that felt like, and I've seen the videos for the zombie experience, how they do it here. Like they'll go at you, like that's what they're told to do is you have a group of people. You gotta go for them. If they tag you, you're out because you can't really bite them. But you got paintballs to shoot all the zombies. So it made me want to do that more. It made me want to go and like actually have that experience. And at night and watching your movie, it made me it feel like you can turn it into a TV show for some reason. Like after the end, like you can turn it into like the Nation and the Walking Dead, and like you trying to go see your wife if your character wasn't bit, you know, like
Yeah,
there's so many ways you're giving the audience to like, oh my god, if there's another sequel or they're gonna try and do a TV show out of it, like it opens up different aspects of what you guys can do if you switch up the ending a little. So like at least you gave the audience like more visionary, like oh my god, what if this was a TV show, and you weren't bitten? Because when you were bit, I was like oh my gosh, he's gonna die. I was so sad. I was like no. And then at the end, they were like all trying to get into the car, and they were just being attacked. I'm like, why? Just I just want to see this like zombie play out, zombie plague. Like I want to see the family and the little kids, and I want to see that moment because I feel like your part, and you did a monologue where you're just talking about, you're like, hey, this is for my family. I was like, oh Lord, oh if you don't make it, and you were just going in at it, and it felt true, and it made me like feel like this emotion, like I just wanted to hug you because it felt so true, and I was like, I can't do this. I wish I was in Las Vegas,
yeah,
and I wish I can just hug you. I'm like, oh, it's okay. Your wife and kids are gonna be fine. Like, And then I was so pissed too, because I was like, when you called your wife, it's like, hey, these, don't go near him, don't do this, and then you were just so mad at that moment, that other scene. I was like, I'm so mad with you. Like, good movies give you that grasp, give you that like emotion. I'm feeling what the character's feeling. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then there's some like funny moments. I thought it was funny when he's like, well, he's my Mexican friend, he should really help me out. I was like, facts though. Facts. I was like hating on your partner for a second, because I was like, man, he didn't help him out. Like, that was just rude. Like, oh, I don't like him now. And then when he got bit, I was like low key happy. But then toward the end, he kind of grew on me because he saved you guys, and I was like, now I don't want him to like die. So yeah, that movie just, I don't know. I will talk about it for days and like spread it with everyone, because I liked it. And it was good. It kind of got me into the feels, and I was mad, and my emotions were all over the place. So I was like, I got a famous friend. I got to keep this in mind. Keep control. So
Yeah, that whole monologue was all improv.
maybe you can come up with a monologue, and out of the
Come up with a
three,
monologue?
yeah, improvise. You can do, if you want to. I'm just saying it'll be a little fun. Show us the audience at home.
You could probably come up with something small. Let's see what we talk about time. Okay. All right. So when I was 19 years old, didn't really drink yet, but joined the Marine Corps. I was a young Marine, and I was pretty excited. I got invited to my first party. I was kind of scared to drink, so I just had one beer, and I was just sipping off this beer this whole night. And this guy, Carcasus, he called me out. He's like, "Dude, look at this guy. He's drinking one beer." I'm like, "Okay, tough guy. Why don't we do 19 shots for your 19th birthday?" And he's like, "Let's do it." And what did we drink? We drank Bacardi 151. And we had 19 shots, about 45 minutes, and I blacked out. And the next thing I remember, I just hear this beep, 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 beep. And I woke up in the hospital. And I was like, where am I? Why does my stomach hurt so much? Why does my mouth taste like shit? The doctor comes in. He's like, how you feeling? I'm like, why am I here? He's like, you died last night. I'm like, well, I didn't see any like bright shiny light, so that's not a good sign. And the doctor didn't laugh. He was just like, you're an idiot. And I was like, all right, when can I get out of here? And I just got up and left, and I think I went to the bar that night. It was pretty fun, but I didn't die, so that time.
Oh wow. And this kind of, like, is this like, did this happen to you in real life, or did
Actually,
you just?
yeah, I did.
Because I was like, oh Lord, because I haven't had that extreme happen to me. I've had quite a few embarrassing moments. It related to me. I was like, oh Lord, have mercy. But okay, I'm wow. I cannot beat that, because I haven't done, like, I've only done one monologue. And that was when I did about my dad. My goal is to make it relatable and take my own niche on it. So again, it was like the luck of the draw when I had to do my own monologue, and I was like, the struggles between the relationship between me and my dad at the time, and where is the scene gonna take place? And I want it to be sad, and that was what I was trying to portray. So I said, okay, he's in a coma, he's at a hospital. Now, how do I portray just me talking to him minutes before he could pass away, or he might, whatever happens in the next scene. I just wanted to capture this moment where I'm talking to him minutes before he passes away, or he might wake up after a coma. So we don't know what's going to happen, but I just wanted to capture that moment, and I think I did. Because I don't rarely cry, but like tears were coming out of my eyeballs. I say it was like allergies, but that's what I wanted to capture. And I feel like if I would have just used that and worked on it and tweaked it some more and make it fine-lined it, when Karen was helping me out, she said that this one can go really far. But I'm not really good when it comes to monologuing, unless I did like The Incredibles, because I am a diehard Incredibles fan, so I would do anything monologue from them. But I know in improv class, we did did we do something? But well, overall, I know Miss Karen taught us that people just are gonna jump in, and you're gonna have to roll with the punches. The game.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to try that? Let's see how. Let's see how good or bad this is gonna turn out. Are you in?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So the scene is going to be you're gonna play the dad, and then I'll play your teenage son that is going through this rebellious stage. I'm in my room, pissed off, school, just don't want to talk to anyone, and you just walk in telling me it's time for dinner, and I ignore you, and then we're gonna start the scene. All right, and action. Paramore.
Hey, Chris, you hungry? Hey, Chris, dinner's ready. You hungry? Guess you're not hungry? Okay, well, dinner's downstairs if you're ready. Chris, take those headphones off.
Why didn't you knock the door, Dad? What do you want?
I was not. Hey, I'm just letting you know dinner's ready.
I'm not hungry right now.
Are you sure? Mom made some really good food.
I said I'm not hungry.
Okay, you doing okay?
I'm going to be fine. Can I go back to listening music in peace? I gotta go chat with my friends in a couple minutes, so I'm trying to get homework done.
You sure you're not hungry? Or something bothering you? You can talk to me, you know.
No, I am fine. Okay? Nothing's going wrong, and everything's just turning out great, okay? I'm fine. Just leave me alone, Dad.
Chris, look at me.
No. No, I gotta work on homework.
If you don't tell me what's wrong, I can't help you.
Fine, but you promise you won't go do anything crazy?
When do I do anything crazy?
Really? Fine. Okay, I'll tell you. The girl that I like is bullying me, and I don't know how to react to that. And please do not go to the school and embarrass me like 5th grade year when I had a crush on Jeanette, and you just came in and started trying to make sure we did play dates together. And no, I might not just. I talked to this new girl, Christina. She's just. I don't know if she's just if she likes me because she's bullying me, or she's like thinks that I'm intimidating. I don't know, and I don't know how to feel.
I don't know. It sounds like she does like you. I mean, you guys are teenagers. That's how it works at high school. I say go for it.
Yeah, but there's also one other problem. So you see, she doesn't know this, but I'm also talking to her brother on the side.
Well, see, then that's the problem. You're gonna have to choose one.
But didn't you say that we're teenagers? Can I just go for both and call it a day?
Yeah, you absolutely can. But you have to remember there's going to be repercussions to that reaction.
In a couple months, I'm leaving to the military. What can ever happen?
Well, then what's the point? Yeah, be young, have fun, enjoy it. You probably never see these people again.
You're right. But I don't want to screw up something and then live it down for the rest of my life. I mean, I don't care which way. I grew up not caring about like things about school and life like that. But I don't want to use that into my adult life.
Well, that's why you're going into the military. They're going to teach you some discipline, and you're going to learn a thing or two.
I guess I'm a little hungry now. So what Mom cooked for dinner?
She made meatloaf and spaghetti.
Can we order some pizza? It feels kind of a pizza night.
Maybe we just make a pizza.
But I'm too lazy.
No, you're going to get your butt downstairs and you're going to eat some food, or you're going to make your own pizza.
Fine, I'll eat spaghetti and meatball and whatever goes on it.
That sounds perfect.
Thank you, Dad. I need it.
Come on, man, let's go.
I'm trying not to make character, but I was like, I wasn't sure where direction it was going for. And it turned out, this could be used into like, I like improvise because we can turn something into an actual scene and take it into depth if we use our imagination. I liked it. It was pretty funny. It reminded me that my teenage angst years. I didn't do that when I was a kid. I promise you that. I did not do that. As a teenager, I was so shy. Let me tell you, I did not do that. I don't know who did that, but no hate on them, whoever did that. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Look at me improvising with a famous person. Oh my god.
Getting back into it.
Before we ending stuff, I do want to say from then to now, what have you learned in the process?
Man, the first film I did was like in 2017, and I decided to finally watch it, and I was like, man, I am absolutely horrible. It was not believable. I was in my own head because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I thought you go up there and act, and I really enjoyed being on set though and working with others. So I decided I need to get better, a lot better, and so that's why I chose Academy of Arts. And learning the Alexander technique, Meisner technique, and everything I've learned there, just kind of mashed it all together and came up with my own little thing to create the character, to be the character. For me, it's all about the shoes. As soon as I put a certain pair of shoes on, like I just feel that character.
Okay.
It's weird. I don't know.
I'm still going for it. I think the route that I'm going for at the moment is writing. I'm doing a lot of writing songs, writing scripts, just short stories. The sky's the limit. So what more can I do to continue this? So that's where I'm at right now. And on the side projects, I'm doing like these theater auditions, these working with voice coaches, because eventually I would like to put out my my own music. I want to do one of each, produce one, be a director one, act, and just do everything and see where my niche is, because you can always grow in the industry, music, in the acting industry. It's always good to find your niche where you're good at, because you can be. I look at it as you can be a triple threat, but you like this more and you want to pursue this a little bit more. So I think that's where my whole mindset and where my career is at while I'm in the military, is using my off time to write songs, which I have been, and I have one that's coming out. My friend is an amazing singer, and with my amazing skills, I think it's a good writing skills. It took me forever, a year, to produce this song, because I wanted to make sure I'm grasping everything and making sure the song is relatable to other people, basically. So I'm working on that and working on my writing with like short stories. I'm writing an animated script would like to produce one day. So those are just on my off time, while I also do some acting on the side. So I that's where I'm at, and that's where I've grown a lot. Where I like to be a triple threat, but I can't even say it, man. I would like to figure out what I like to do and do that, but do everything at the like once in a while. So that's where I really am at with that. But it's great to see you come far. Like when I met you from there, again, future actor, famous actor. I'm so happy to witness this as a friend, as a fellow actor. One day, hey, if I'm gonna let you know now, one day I get picked up for a TV show and I'm like the director, or a movie, or like an animated TV show, whatever, I know I'm calling you up to play a dad, or to play a villain, or to play a superhero, or whatever it is, I'm calling you. I'm like, look, we'll make you fit somehow, some way, shape, or form. So, but yeah, that's probably way, way in the future, when I get some education in my belt and learn how to take those proper steps. So before we end it off here, we're gonna do some rapid fire questions. So it gives us, you got 30 seconds. Put a timer on the clock, and when I start, you gotta answer these questions as fast as you can in those 30 seconds. So are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Favorite villain off a TV show?
Favorite villain off a TV show?
Yes.
Does it have to be a TV show?
Favorite or favorite villain out of all genre, or whatever. Movie.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Ooh, that's a good one. Favorite superhero?
The Punisher.
If you had your own movie, what would it be?
My own movie? I want to do something about PTSD or alcoholism.
Okay. Ooh, I can see that being a good one. Okay, and then one last one, just because I want to see. This is something funny. If you were in a famous movie, right, and you were playing the male character, cause say like you were in the Barbie movie, we kicked him out, put you in it. if there was a kissing scene and you could bring anyone in that movie, any famous female actor, who would you kiss in that movie?
In Barbie,
In
I'd kiss
Barbie.
Barbie. The lead, she's gorgeous.
What's a dream network that you would like to work on?
A dream network. There's so many now.
I know. It's like I didn't when I was watching your movie. There was like that new network I didn't know, Plex TV. I was like, what is this? And so yeah.
My brother had that for a while. I'm like, I just heard of it.
Right? But like if you had to pick like the original networks that there was, like HBO or Disney or ABC.
I like Showtime.
Showtime's a good one.
They have Californications. That's one of my like all-time favorite shows.
Oh, never heard of it, but it must be a good show. So yeah, never heard of it. For me at least, I kind of be a good. I'm trying to break not fourth character, not fourth wall, but I'm trying to bring a different aspect when it comes to acting. I don't think we've ever seen this in Disney Channel, where you have a military. Have we had a military father in the Disney Channel? A single military father and having two kids and having them grow, as teenagers, becoming teenagers, and this father, who prior military or reserve at least, bring a little bit of military in and trying to figure out life as a single father and growing as well, because the world is shifting and everything's molding and updating, and the father is cool with everything. Like he grew up in a generation where everything's like you can do about just anything. Just him figuring out life as a reservist, trying to get off of active duty to reservist, and trying to figure out how to take care of these two rascals that could potentially turn out good or bad, like how he's gonna make sure they grow up to be successful and something like that. I don't think we had that, but it'd be nice. And then I would like to go for Marvel. Oh, I want to be a supervillain so bad, so I can show off a Puerto Rican supervillain, because I know we have Captain America, and his suit looks like his suit makes it seem like the Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I can portray a Puerto Rican villain, or not Puerto Rican, look Puerto Rican and portray a villain in the Marvel series, because I prefer Marvel over DC. I'm just saying the facts. Marvel's they have their own good and bad, but I still, end of the day, prefer Marvel. So I wouldn't mind being in Marvel. Just saying. So if Marvel casting directors are there and they want to hear my plea and let me be in a villain or a villain or superhero, let me know, because I would do it. Leave active duty, become reservist in a full heartbeat. No, nah. Well, maybe I'm thinking about it. Besides the point, but yeah, that's really it. I really have enjoyed your time here and picking your brain on what acting is like and your experiences when it comes to acting. Hearing all the no's, that's always a big part of it. You're always gonna hear no, and something I've heard that I kept in my head is when people say no to you, it doesn't mean that you suck at acting. It just means that you're a good actor.
Right. It's a vision thing for the director or the casting director. They're looking for a particular look or
right.
Yeah, that's all.
Right, and I think the way
an actor.
Right, and the way that she portrayed it, she said it's like it doesn't mean that you're not good for the part. It's more of like she was trying to be nice and say that you're a good actor, but there's someone else at the moment in time fit for that dynamic, because they're trying to build that with all the other actors, he would fit more or she would fit more in that circle. It doesn't mean that you're bad of an actor. It just means that he would fit more in that show movie. So, but in real aspects, they're not looking for you at the moment. They found somebody. They're looking for somebody very specific. So
yeah,
but yeah. So that's something I always keep in my head for future auditions. Is there anything that you want to say to the audience back at home watching, and any other advice that you would like to give them?
August 12th, the premiere of Depravity is coming out, and then it should be coming out in October. It's gonna be a fun one.
Ooh, I can't wait. I saw the how do you guys call it? The poster. I was like, I gotta see this one. I want to see what it looks like, and I seen the trailer, and I was like, I gotta see this. I for sure need to see this one. So
That one's gonna be. I'm pretty proud of that one. That one's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
ooh, I can't wait. Oh, he's growing. Don't forget me, please. Take me with you. Besides that, that's the end of our show. Again, go follow his social media, you guys. He's an amazing actor, amazing friend, amazing human being all around. So go follow him. Go watch his new movies. He has more projects on the way. So stay tuned to those. Can't wait. And yeah, until the next episode, I'll see you guys next time. Go follow my social media. Go follow Tacma Co. Again, they will bring you all the entertainment you'll ever need from your favorite Latin family. So, but yeah, you guys, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.